If you're considering starting a business out of your music, there's a few things that you need to consider. There's a few things we need to focus on, and there's a few things that we need to avoid because this can be detrimental to your business. This essentially could make or break your business, and these are foundational things. These aren't like, what's the best hack out there to try to get traffic or something. These are fundamental things within any business, and when you're starting out, it's a very delicate process. You're kind of walking on eggshells because you don't have that many resources to work with. So one of our most important things that we need to pay attention to when we're starting a new business is how much focus we have and how much we're focusing on one or minimal things. So there's something called shiny object syndrome. Shiny object syndrome. And most of us will have this when we're first starting out. And even after you've done it for a while, you're still going to have it because it's just one of those things. Like, you see something new, you see some great new idea, and you want to take advantage of it because you feel like if you don't take advantage of it, then it's going to slip right through your fingers and you're never going to get the chance to do it again. So we try to sell our beats, we try to sell some samples, we try to start a course, we try to do coaching, we try to do so many things as one person. And when you do that, you split your attention into multiple things. And your focus is very important, right? There's something, let's draw the circle here. This circle represents your focus. Okay? Your focus. Right now, if you do one thing, like let's say that you want to make a business out of selling beats to artists, you have 100% focus in this one thing if that's the only thing that you're working on. Okay? Now, let's think about this. You're like, okay, well, that's going well and all. I haven't grown it to the point that I want to, but I've found that, you can sell sample packs and make money that way too. What happens when you do that? You divide your focus in half and now you're half-assing two things. How many people do you know have gotten very successful half-assing two things? So why would you do this to yourself? Okay? So let's just add a few more equations in there because, we have so much access to so many things now and we want to do so many things. So let's just say that we also want to do recording sessions, studio sessions for artists. And we also want to teach artists how to record better. Now you're split your attention into so many different things. And you're quarter-assing everything now. Okay? Beat selling, sample packs, teaching artists, recording artists. Nothing has your full attention. You're quarter-assing multiple things. That means that it's going to be hard to build anything in order to leverage the other things. So we have to look at this from a different perspective. Okay, I know there's a place and time for everything, but at the beginning, everything is very crucial and it needs a lot of your attention because you don't have that many resources, you don't have employees, you don't have money to hire out and outsource things, so it needs a lot of your attention, so it's very delicate. So focus on the thing that is going to move the needle the fastest and bring you the most capital, and once you can build that capital, you can start leveraging your money to hire people, to outsource things, and to scale your business into multiple directions that you want it to. But at first, I honestly think that you should focus on one thing. One thing that's going to move the needle the fastest. Okay? So you can pick anything. But if you're going to focus on one thing, I really advise to make it something that is worthwhile. Okay? That means you're charging a large amount of money for it. Because when you're starting out, most of us have this idea that, oh, I'm just starting out, I'm new to this, I should be charging less. Think of something that you're really good at, something that you seriously feel like you can monetize and make a good product. Let's say it's your beats, okay? So we need to charge high ticket for those beats. We need to find a way to use a business model to leverage what we have and charge more for it. Because let's just think about this. Like, most people, what's their game plan? They post on YouTube, right? They post their beat videos with visualizers on Instagram, on YouTube, hoping to drive traffic to only sell a $30 product on BeatStars. How long is that going to take? Okay, so let's say your income goal is $2,000 a month off of your beats. If you hit that $2,000 a month, you can quit your job, you can, focus more on your music, and you can start to build more. So let's just say that we want to hit $2,000. If we do 2,000 divided by $30 per beat, that's 66 beats that we have to sell each month. You're already struggling as one person to drive any sort of traffic to your site, to whatever you're doing. So how are you going to land 66 beat sales? Okay? Instead, if you charge a high ticket, if you just focused on delivering your best work to one or two people and you charge $1,000, how long does that take before you hit 2K and your whole life changes because you can quit your job, focus on everything? 2, right? Just 2 people. So instead of scattering your focus, trying to leverage everything that's possible on the internet, because there's so many ways to make money, just pick one that is going to move the needle the fastest, right? And then once you build capital on that, then the rest of your business can grow and you can start doing other products, you can start doing other things. But I really recommend, just when you're starting out, focus on one product and getting really good at delivering that product and having it be a stable income. You got to look at starting your business kind of like a reverse funnel. I know we use sales funnels, right? We have a funnel. Essentially, the top is wider because we, drive traffic in here. We put people through our funnel, and people start falling out, and less people become buyers. That's the whole funnel thing, right? Like, I'm not going to go into that heavily right now, but let's think of starting your business operations as a reverse funnel. Right? At the beginning, it starts off very narrow because you're only one person. You're only one guy. If you take your attention and you try to do this, and you try to do this, and you try to do this, and do this, and sell a bunch of products and all this stuff, none of it is going to have 100% of your focus like I was talking about, right? 100. None of it has 100% focus. That means you're half-assing, quarter-assing, fractional-assing everything. And so at first, we want to focus at the top of the funnel on our business. We want to focus on one thing. If we can build that one thing and have a solid foundation, like we're selling enough beats. Let's just say it's a beat selling business and you're able to scale it to like 5K a month easily. And you can handle that as one person, because if you charge 1K per beat, then that is only 5 clients that you have to deal with each month. That's pretty manageable, right? So we can build this into a point where we can't handle it anymore. So let's say you scale this up to 15K a month and you have 15 clients to deal with and you're only one person. That becomes difficult. But guess what? Once you hit 15K, that's a good problem because you have $15,000 in revenue that you're bringing in each month. And when you bring in this amount of clients, you can start delegating certain things. You can have people taking your sales calls so that you don't have to do it yourself, so you can focus more on production. You can hire on other producers to help you produce. You can hire out mixing engineers, whatever it is, because you have the capital. But until you have the capital, your attention is your most valuable asset in order to build your business. So do not split it into multiple directions. I hope this makes sense. Okay, so once you get this to a solid foundation where you're bringing in enough capital, you can start hiring other people, right? You can start hiring other people. You can start, say that this initial business starts getting 100% delegated, right? There's someone to produce. There's someone to take calls. There's someone to do this and marketing and all that stuff. Then you as one person can start focusing on building other products so that each product that you build has 100% of your attention. Okay, so let's say right now, beat sales is 100% of your attention. Once you can delegate all that to somebody else, then you can move your circle and create a new one. And then you can do sample packs. Let's just use that as an example. Then once you build that to a point where you can delegate the entire thing, then you can focus again on another product. But until you fulfill it and solidify one thing, why are we focusing on so many different things? That's how we become scattered. That's how we become burnt out. That's how we get nowhere. Okay? Take it from Steve Jobs. He talks about how important focus is, right? So he solidified the iPod, got the iPod down really well before he moved on to creating an iPhone, before he moved on to creating a tablet, before he moved on to creating earbuds, whatever it is, right? So now Apple has scaled to being this enormous company because the first thing they focused on was actually the Mac, right? It was the MacBook. So a Mac and an iPod and all these other products. So the Mac was the thing that got them to scale. Because he focused primarily on getting the Mac as well as possible before he did the iPod, before he did the iPhone, before he did that, he was able to scale properly and not get burnt out because he focused on one thing. And then focus is one thing, and then like I said earlier, like you want to be able to move the needle the fastest, right? So how do you do that? By making your customers more valuable versus bringing in a ton of customers, okay? Because traffic costs money, whether that be your time spent or whether that be your money spent. Traffic, bringing in traffic to your store or whatever it is, takes money. And when you start out, you don't have money. There's no capital yet, okay? So we want to make our customers more valuable. So instead of charging like $30 per beat, why don't you focus on charging 500, 1,000, 10,000, whatever it is. It just needs to be a higher number. That way you make each customer more valuable, therefore you need less customers, therefore you need to drive less traffic. Therefore you can build your company faster. Okay? So let's take Tesla and Elon Musk as an example. Right? These are billionaire perspectives. This isn't just like this guy on YouTube just talking out of his ass. I mean, I do this with my business as well, but because I listen to what the 1% of like really, really high-end people are doing. So let's take Tesla, for example. What did Tesla do? So before Tesla had, the Model S3 or 3S, whatever the low budget $35,000 civilian car is, right? Before he did that, what did he do? He focused on high ticket, right? He created a car that was like over 100K, right? And he essentially sold the idea of it, right? Before he even produced any product, before he even did put anything into production, he sold the idea. He was like, this is an electric car, you charge it, you do this, blah, 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 blah. People liked the idea, so then they pre-ordered it. They pre-ordered it so he got capital in order to put it into production, right? And there was only a certain, group of people that could afford a $100,000 car. That's not your everyday Joe Schmo that works 9 to 5, doing whatever. They can't really afford that. So he targeted a higher ticket client. And then what did he do with that? First of all, he got the capital based on the idea. He took that capital, put this into production, and delivered on this car. So everybody that paid $100,000 plus, they got their car. And then he took the money he got from selling those cars and he put it in his lower ticket product, which was like a $35,000 car. And now it's a very popular car in the mass market. So what did he do? He took the fastest way possible by selling a high ticket item, selling the idea, taking the capital from that idea, and focusing on other products, right? Now he can hit more of the general public because this is a lower cost. But he didn't go straight to doing this. Why? This would not move the needle as fast as this. You need less people to say yes here than you need to say here. So consider that. Think about that next time you want to post 8,000 beats on BeatStars. Maybe there might be a better way. So I hope this was helpful if you were considering starting some sort of music business. If you liked this video, hit like. If you want to learn more about business and music, feel free to subscribe. I also have a free training that talks about selling high ticket and producing beats that attract artists and turning them into high ticket clients. The link is going to be down in the description. Go ahead and register for that. It's completely free, and I hope that you got something out of this. See you next time.